you guys are terrorists. No, that's not the point, brother. No, not at all. I am a believer and a servant and a soldier for God. Understand that? And when you soldier to something you believe in, you honor your master. You understand? So, God created Adam and then took every seed he would ever have from his line and lined them up. And he asked every one of us, once upon a time before we were even born, if we would worship no God other than him. And the whole of humanity said yes before Allah that day. And the book was closed and the ink was dry. Understand?
شاب يتناول الإسلام والقرآن من منظور مختلف فيشرح المعجزات العلمية التي دفعته للتأكد من أن الإسلام هو الدين الصحيح وكيف أثر هذا على حياته وغيرها للأفضل.
What's the thing you found divine about the Quran? Lots of things, you know, the Quran is from God, so everything in it is divine to us. But what actually shows us the divineness is two things: the mathematical and the scientific miracles of the Quran, and the immense wisdom in it. I'll just give you one example from my alcohol video. The Quran says somewhere, I think it was Surah Al-Baqarah or something, that in intoxicants and games of chance and whatever, there is good and there is bad. There is good and there is bad, right? But the bad outweighs the good. The bad outweighs the good, and there is scientific research showing that alcohol can be good for you in small amounts because of the antioxidants and the other stuff. There's little studies about it, right? But the consensus is that the negatives outweigh the positives. So I was just thinking, how can the Quran know that without like scientific data, right? Because it was 14,000 years ago. No, 1. I think if anyone's looking for self-improvement, they should consider joining Islam. That's facts. Islam is just like self-improvement, but you kind of have to do it. Because in self-improvement, the thought process is, oh yeah, I gotta do this, otherwise I'll be unsuccessful. I need to go to the gym or I'll be fat or too skinny. I need to do this or that will happen. In Islam, it's like you have to do this or you'll go to hell. You can't drink, otherwise you'll go to hell. How did you become Muslim? 2 years ago, I found Instagram posts about Islam because I followed hashtag Allahu Akbar because I was looking for Arab funny memes. Because that used to be a meme, right? Just terrorism, right? That I used to find that funny. So I followed hashtag Allahu Akbar on Instagram. The memes, I got Islamic posts, right? So as these came in my feed, I never unfollowed it for some reason. And that opened my eyes to Islam. And then I slowly started converting, you know, I stopped eating pork. I was still sinning a lot though, as I told you. This was just at the start of my days of being really haram. Recently, just after Eid of this year, after Ramadan, I officially converted. I took the Shahada, started praying, started doing everything, and yeah, Alhamdulillah, after a few months of practicing and learning, I'm
مسلمة جديدة تشرح من القرآن الكريم بعض تعاليم الإسلام. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم اهدينا سبل الرشاد.
So, if you must fight, then strike only at those combatants who attacked you. Do not attack women, children, the elderly, or those retreating in their places of worship. Do not cut down trees or kill animals. Fighting against aggressors is allowed regardless of their faith. Fighting innocents is prohibited regardless of their faith. The Quran makes it clear that men and women are equal before God and before the law. If there are any abuses against women that are cultural practices in Muslim countries, they contradict Islamic teachings. Islam guarantees the freedom of non-Muslims to practice their faith as well as protection for their places of worship. The Prophet said, "Whoever harms a non-Muslim under the protection of Islam, I shall be their opponent on Judgment Day, and they will not even smell paradise." Quran teaches 3 types of brotherhood. You have your brotherhood in humanity, all humans being equal. You have your biological brotherhood, your siblings, and you have your brotherhood in faith, your fellow Muslims. Judgment Day arrives and you have a seedling in your hand, plant it regardless, and don't waste water even if you live by the river. The Prophet prohibited polluting water sources and promised a heavenly reward for planting trees to feed animals, birds, and humans. He taught that a good deed done to an animal is like a good deed done to a human being. The Prophet prohibited the use of live birds and animals for target, the killing of animals for sport, slaughtering an animal in front of another animal, and forbade overburdening animals and underfeeding them. Best among their believers are those who are best to their wives, and that paradise lies under the feet of the mother.
أخت من المسلمين الجدد تشرح لغير المسلمين ما هي أول الأشياء ستتعلم في الإسلام.
Assalamu alaikum guys. Somebody had asked me, what is the first thing that I need to know about Islam? Well, I'm gonna tell you. So for any non-Muslims out there, y'all don't know what Islam is about, I'm about to tell you how to become a Muslim. Number one, you believe that the creator of the universe is only one. Just one. You believe and you worship one God. Only one. And then it doesn't matter what religion you are. You just try to do the best you can in that religion, and that's how you become a Muslim. That's it. It's just submitting your life to only one God. Just one. Yes, we believe all the prophets. We believe Moses, Noah, Jesus, Abraham, peace be upon them. All of them. Adam and Eve. We know all about it. We know all about it. So, inshallah, we'll all be guided. Assalamu alaikum, guys.
فضلا وليس أمرا، لا تنسوا الضغط على زر الإعجاب ومشاركة الفيديو تشجيعا لنا على نشر المزيد.